Greetings everybody, it's Math at Home here. This is our second video this week. We will be studying page 162. Of course, more than studying, it's going to be a practice session. So I will answer the practice part on page 162, which is about the angles that we studied last session. So please grab everything necessary, your books and your copybooks, plus we will need your math kit, math tools today. So make sure to have your protractor with you. And let's get it started. Page 162, practice question 1. What is the size and name of each angle? Remember to make an estimate first. Our right angle in mathematics looks something like this. So according to what I have here about angle A, it looks a little bit smaller than my right angle. And as you could remember, any angle which is less than 90 degrees is called an acute angle. About choice B, it seems bigger than the right angle. So this one is obtuse angle. The same thing goes for choice C too. Now in order to measure it, let's get it started. We need our protractor, and I already told you that the center of your protractor should be aligned with the vertex of the angle. And the bottom of the protractor should be overlaying on the bottom line of the angle. Once you do so, then you will see your angle is looking leftwards or rightwards. Well, hopefully in all of these angles, we have them all rightwards. Therefore, you are going to start with the right zero here. All right? Let's get rid of these arrows. Then, starting from 0, and let's start 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, and 65, it seems to be. Then, my answer is going to be 65 degrees, an acute angle. Let's go to the other one. Measuring the angle, starting from 0 and going all to the other line, pointing at 140. I warn you again, please do not read the upper line because we started from the right 0 and the number you need to read is in the same line as the start point. The numbers in the upper section of the line are for the 0 which is on the left side of the line protractor. So we are not going to read the upper line. We start from the bottom line, so we will read the bottom numbers. Then my angle is going to be 140 degrees obtuse angle. Going to the last, read the measurement for me. Rightwards, yes, starting from the right 0, going all over to 100 and seems like one, yeah, because here is 120 and here is halfway between them. I could see that it's exactly pointing at the middle. So I could say 125 degrees, an obtuse angle. Part B. How many degrees larger would each of these angles need to make a straight angle? Okay, here is the point. A straight angle was 180 degrees. And hopefully we have the measurement for each of these angles here. Now, what we need to do in the second step is to minus these angles at a 180. How many degrees extra we need in order to reach a straight angle? We will have 180 minus 65 will make 115 degrees. 180 minus 140 degrees will give us 40 degrees. Now you might wonder what this 40 degree is. I'll explain it to you. See, this is the angle which is 140 degrees, right? We measured it already. Now, this 40 degree, remaining 40 degree is the angle that is going to make it 180 degrees. It's exactly here. So that all together, we're going to have 180 degrees. Following it for the other angle, C, we're going to have 180 minus 125, as I have it here. So the answer is going to be 55 degrees. So actually this angle is going to be 55 degrees in order to reach the straight angle. Moving to the other question. Question 2. Estimate, measure, and name these angles. Now you might say, teacher, what is the point of this repeating questions, like measuring them, writing them, measuring them, then writing them? Well, there is a big difference here. Actually, the question wants to challenge you with the way that you measure different variations of angles. What I mean here is that in the previous question, all the angles had a bottom line in a very horizontal way. But what you have here, not horizontal, sometimes vertical lines, sometimes diagonal, and sometimes vertical again. And it could be with any possible angle. Now you need to be very careful in order to place the protractor in a proper way. Now, how we are going to do this, for example, in this angle, I will choose this line as my baseline. Therefore, the protractor is going to sit on the angle like this. So center to the vertex, bottom line to the base. Yes, is it the right words? Yes, it absolutely is. Okay, so I will start from the right zero. Starting from 0, 10, 20, and 30. So it is not exactly 35 because I could see it has traveled a little bit further than 35. So I would say it's 37 degrees, which makes it an acute angle. Okay, before I measure this one, could you tell me what angle is it? Is it an acute angle or an obtuse angle? Well, yeah. Look how big is that mouth. Look at it. Ooh. So it's a very big angle. And it obviously is more than 90 degrees, right? But less than 180 degrees because my angle goes all the way till here. So it absolutely is an obtuse angle. So what I need to do is to place the protractor in the best way possible, which is going to be like this. So base of the protractor is aligned here alongside with the bottom line. The center goes to the vertex and starting from this zero, counting to the other side. As I can see, yes, it's exactly halfway between 160 and 170. So let's say 165 degrees and obtuse angle, about angle Z. Now, please pay attention. Here, my bottom line is vertical. So I will place my protractor in a vertical position. The base of the protractor is going to align with the bottom line here. And the center is going to sit on the vertex, starting from this zero, because it's looking this side. Starting from this zero and reading all the way down to 70 degrees. So it's going to make it an acute angle. So here the question says, how many degrees smaller than a full turn is each angle? So in the previous question, we talked about the difference between the angles and a straight angle. Now here we're going to talk about the angles and a full turn. I need you to remember what a full turn was. Think about it, please, if you do not. I'm going to have a recall here. So as I call this one a full turn, excuse me for my imperfect circle, I told you that a full turn consists of 4 right angles. So we're going to have 1, 2, 3, and 4. Therefore, we're going to have 4 times 90 degrees, which is going to make 360 degrees. So a full turn angle is 360 degrees, as I told you in the previous video. So what we need to do here is to find the difference between these angles and a full turn. Therefore, I will have 360 minus 37 degrees, which was this one, which is going to make 323 degrees about angle Y. I will have 360 minus 165, which is 195 degrees. About the last one, which we measured at 70 degrees, it'll be 360 minus 70 degrees, which is going to give us 290 degrees as a difference between this angle and a full turn angle. Let's move on to question 3. Here are the first 3 terms in a sequence of angles. What is the size of the next 2 angles in the sequence? What is the rule? According to what we studied in the sequence, I told you that sequences are a series of numbers, which we call them terms, that follow a same rule so that we can generate more terms according to the rule. But here, as you could see, we do not have any numbers. Instead, we have 3 angles. So what we need to do here, use our math knowledge, measure each of these angles into precise degrees so that we're going to have numbers. Then we can use these numbers as terms in our sequences and try to find the rule. Let's start doing one, for example. So I will start from this side. Even without measuring the angle, I could understand that this is a very straight angle. So it's going to give 180 degrees to me. But in order to make sure, let's go and measure it. So I align the protractor center to the vertex, bottom line to the base of the protractor, starting from any zeros that you prefer. Therefore, I'm going to have either you start from this one, which is going to end up by 180, or the other one, which is going to end up at 180 again. So this is going to give me a straight angle, which means 180 degrees. About this angle, my baseline is vertical, as you could see. So it's going to be different for me to align the protractor. My protractor is going to sit vertically there. Let's set it there. Yes, that is right. So starting from this zero and going all over to the other line, something around 155, as I could guess. About the other angle, as you could see, my baseline is a little bit diagonal. So my protractor is going to sit diagonally there. Yes. So my baseline is on the right side, so it's looking rightwards. Starting from this zero, going all over and reaching 130 degrees. That is brilliant. Now we passed half the way, and the other half is all about sequences now. Therefore, I'm having 3 numbers here, 180, 155, and 130. So my sequence looks something like this. According to our knowledge from sequence, I told you that we could easily minus these 2 numbers in order to find the rule. So 180 minus 155 is going to give me 25. Since my sequence is getting smaller, it shrinks. So I'm going to have negative 25 there. Okay, so it's pretty much easy to find the next 2 terms. Do it for me, please. Find this term and the term after that. So as terms for the rest of the sequence, we will have 130 minus 25, which is going to give me 105 or 105. And 105 minus 25 will give me 80. Draw the next 2 angles carefully, all right? So please note down that we have 2 angles. One of them measures at 105 degrees and the other one 80 degrees. We will draw these. I will draw the first one, give you some time to go for the second. Okay, I will have my protractor. I will set my line exactly, because I told you this is very important. We need to align our lines here to the base of the protractor. Since I'm going to have my other line straight from here, so naturally I'm going to have my vertex aligned to the center of the protractor. I'm going to draw an angle measured at 105. See, so starting from this zero and reaching all over to 105. So 105 is going to be between 100 and 110. So it's easy for me to find it. Yes, it's going to be there. Then using a ruler, I can easily draw a line between here and here, forming an angle measured at 105 degrees. Very nice. So this angle actually is 105 degrees. Go for the other angle. Set the baseline. Remember the angle was 80 degrees. Find 80. All right, starting from here, going all over to 80. Yes, I will have my line straight from here. So set the point there and draw a straight line. Exactly. So this angle is going to be measured at 80 degrees. So basically that is what it was for today's lesson. See you with another lesson, another video. Take it care and bye-bye.